How I define my role as a policy advisor might be one of the more difficult questions that can be asked, because in my opinion, a policymaker is a linking pin between the worlds of schools, and in schools I mean pupils, teachers, school leaders, parents, and the political authority of a country, in my case the Flemish community. Students in schools, teachers in schools, are the final customers of all the policies in education that we're making. So it's very important to develop good relations, because of course as a policymaker you can't know everything. Teachers, school leaders, students, they're in classes every day, all the time. So we need their expertise in order to be able to work with our policy and to actually know what we're doing in policy making. At the same time, it's really important to communicate decisions that are made on a political level in a country back towards your stakeholders, back towards the pupils, teachers and school leaders in the classes. Because it's important that they know which decisions have been taken, why they have been taken, and what the whole rationale behind these decisions was. Another important thing is that policies and teacher education should focus more on the professional continuum of teachers. The continuum of teacher education consists of first the initial teacher education, afterwards they will go through an induction period when they start in schools, and their continuous professional development all over their career. And if you make policy in teacher education, you should focus on all these three areas at the same time and not on one. So it doesn't make sense, if you want to work more on teachers dealing with diversity, to only focus on initial teacher education or to only focus on the continuous professional development. They are a whole and they are interconnected. So in policy making, you should consider the continuum of the professional development of teachers. First of all, I think that collaboration with stakeholders should be much larger than it is right now in a lot of countries. They are really important that everyone is involved in the policy making on teacher education, that all stakeholders have their role and are able to take that role into the process. On the process of initial teacher education, we had a large policy evaluation a few years ago, but in order to follow this up or to develop this further, we did policy groups. And policy groups were actually composed of both teacher educators, teacher unions, researchers, and other experts, and they had the task to advise the Minister of Education and to actually work on what future teacher education would be, and they had to make their advice together, so they had to talk to each other. In my opinion, working with other European stakeholders, whether they're also policymakers or experts in teaching or university professors, it's very interesting and very important to the job I do, because it gives me information and it will work for my own professional development in order to learn new things and to develop my own education system further. The information they give me, the collaboration we have together, the learning we do together in these groups that are supported by the European Commission, it's very worthwhile and it's very important for the quality of work.